I also know that the government is taking full responsibility to rehabilitate the girls that have been found, been gotten back from the shackles of Boko Haram. As a matter of fact, you told me that on this show sometimes back when this all started. Let's talk about the rebuilding process and the pockets of attacks that we see in the Northeast. Does it give confidence to anyone in today's activities that perhaps the people are more safer? Are they safer today?
Yes, the people are safer because sometimes when you look at the whole thing, I think it starts, with the psychological aspect first. Now, the general atmosphere in Borno State, where I live, is that everybody feels secured because everybody is emboldened. The citizens are emboldened. A lot of activities are being normalized, particularly in major towns, like Maiduguri, Bama, Biu, and a couple of other places. There's so much rebuilding taking place in about 14 out of 20 local government areas that have been adversely affected by the destructions of the Boko Haram. So we would say that absolutely, everybody feels safer. And then, of course, you know that when you are dealing with insurgents always want to show some sort of strength. Even when they are dying, they want to prove to their collaborators around the world that they still have some oxygen. So when they have an opportunity, they attack. Unfortunately, what happens in the case of this attack is that the Borno State government, I know, the federal government works a lot with the military to avert a lot of these attacks. But of course, you don't expect the military to come out and start saying we have averted 100 attacks. As far as the populace are concerned, so long as there is 1, 2, or 3 attacks, that is what attracts the world. And unfortunately, that is what the Boko Haram live on. So just to now go back to the Chibok girls you talked about, if you remember, in June 2014, 57 of the girls that escaped, the Borno State, the Governor Kashim Shettima approved a week-long psychosocial trauma management for them. There was serious counseling with the Interfaith Mediatory Council. We had some volunteers from Society for Family Health and some from the Federal Ministry of Health. After that, in September, they were sent on scholarship. These girls are currently undergoing their education in 2 schools, but I will plead with Nigerians that we don't want to disclose the schools where these girls are attending so that we don't bring them into media spotlight and probably even compromise the safety of the schools, because Boko Haram, like we have always said, they thrive on propaganda. If we identify the school, they might want to be funny, regardless of where the schools are, just for them to get the headlines, that they want. So between now and next year, these girls are going to graduate, and hopefully by that time, we'll show them to the world. But for now, these girls are doing very, very well in terms of their education, and we hope that they will be eligible for admission into the university as soon as they are done.
I'm looking at the records now, and just here in Lagos, some groups have asking what stops the army, for instance, and the police and other sister forces from bringing back the girls. If you were in a forum like that, what would your response be?
Well, I will tell them that I don't speak for the army, but as somebody who speaks for Governor Kashim Shettima, I'm speaking now on behalf of the governor. I know the governor is on ground. He knows exactly what the army is going through. He knows the extent of their commitment. He knows the extent of the commitment of the DSS, the police, and all paramilitary organizations together with the civilian volunteers. Look, these guys are doing a very, very difficult, task. They are patriots as far as Governor Kashim Shettima is concerned. One must recognize the feelings of everyone, from the parents down to all Nigerians and the global community, with regards to the fact that these girls have not been rescued. one can understand. But of course, we are dealing with a complex situation. As far as the Boko Haram is concerned, the Chibok girls are their most priceless, captives. They are bargaining chips. If you take away the Chibok girls, you have rendered the Boko Haram, next to nothing. So they will keep doing whatever they can to hold on to them, while the federal government keeps making very strong effort, to get these girls. We are very optimistic that at the end of the day, these girls will be achieved. So much is going on. The president, like I said, is absolutely committed, and this is the view of Governor Kashim Shettima. He has seen that in him. He believes in his sincerity. Like, President Buhari does not pretend. This is what Governor Shettima thinks of him, and then we are sure that by the special grace of God, these girls will be rescued.
Well, Malam Gusau, you know that we've had this discussion repeatedly. At some point you did mention about how the donor organizations operate. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Time and again we hear several millions of naira spent donated by donor agencies as aid money to help malnourished children in the Northeast. To be precise, we hear that about 49,000 of them risk dying before the end of the year. Are you actually receiving those several millions of naira? What is being done about those monies?
Now, let me say it very loud and clear that most of these donor organizations that you hear of, either within the United Nations or within donor countries from Norway to Germany, all the donor organizations do not give cash to the Borno State government. I repeat, they do not give cash to the Borno State government. Secondly, they do not rely on Borno State government to distribute food aid. As a matter of policy, most of them, they have their organs in place. For instance, the Norwegian government has what they call the Norwegian Refugee Council. The government of Denmark has the Danish Refugee Council, and then a lot of other donors like Japan, they work with the United Nations, development program, like General Electric. Their support comes through, the UNICEF. All these donors, the only donor that, to the best of my knowledge, gave building materials, handed over something to the Borno State government is largely, the Dangote Foundation.
That's a good place to butt in there. My apologies, so I'm going to have to let you go. The special advisor to the Borno State Governor, Gusau, talking to us on State of the Nation.